Hey guys, and welcome back to Biomutant. I think I'm gonna go to load game this time. Well, we'll see where continue has me. Yeah, actually, that might be okay. Yeah, cause yesterday my stream crashed, but it looks like that was yesterday at almost 4 p.m. Yeah, so yeah, it's an autosave. So it's about where I was. There might be some backtracking, but it's roughly where I was. Also, I can hear the leaf blowers down the building, so I'll probably have to mute for them in a minute. Yep, here they come.
These mountains really lack color. A fixer-upper. It's not so bad. Might still have some stuff in it. Yuck! That there's a sludge gush field, where the company used to suck sludge from the underground. Now it's all over. grace under pressure. So little alive here. Take small breaths. A fall in the mountains could be fatal. You look a wee bit pale. Turn the radionics knob to find the right frequency. Watch out for drop-offs. They can surprise you down here. Out of Date says the time has come for you to reconcile with your past. Lupa Lupin is still staying in the camp where he was brought up. He hopes you'll find the answers you are looking for there. Even though darkness is a part of your nature, he suggests you try to keep your cool, as the best fighter is never angry. He'll point you in the right direction, but the rest is up to you. This part of the journey is one you'll have to do on your own. Lupa Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Out of Date hopes you'll find your way and the answers you were looking for once you're there. He knows he said it before, but the time has come to put an end to the Lupin's reign of terror. You should get over there. Come face to face with destiny. It's going to be you against the Lupin. No rules. He's happy to help. So, says you covered the important things already. Good thing you're not claustrophobic. Lupa Lupin says he's been looking forward to this moment. He wanted you to come here and see for yourself where it all started. He was so little when your mother and kin came here to put an end to his mother just because she was different, a hunter. That night, the hunter became the hunted, trapped with nowhere to run. He says your mother showed no mercy, only vengeance. He can see that you're not like your mother. There's something
Why
different.
she got like drag makeup on?
Maybe you would have made a better decision than she did. and let them be. They orphaned him, left him alone, an outcast and a freak. Lupin says he's been reliving the moment every night since then. He says your mother and her disciples started something that couldn't be undone. They created the monster he would become. He knew his time would come, and he was patient. So, when he got news about your birth, he knew how to get revenge that would last. That's why he spared you that night he raised the village when you were a child. He wanted you to suffer for life, like he had. He marked you for life, so he'd recognize you when you met again, and you'd eventually remember where you came from. His hunger grew insatiable over the years to come. He tried, but being vegetarian wasn't in his nature, and he couldn't go hungry. But he's never taken a life for the sake of appetite. It's always been about survival, and that our true self is being who we are. A deep look into nature will make you understand everything better, and that natural selection eliminates, and the strongest survive. Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny, and now the time has come for you to accept yours. You made it through another long night. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Noko in the east. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Noko. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Noko and making sure she gets what she needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date was spot on. The hoof puff needs to be stopped. Out of Date says that Noko is worried now that the Eastern World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Noko keeps a fabled steed that she has planned to ride out to the World Eater, but needs help to get it prepared. Out of Date suggests that you should head east as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help. Says you'll see each other later. Such a soggy day. Your fingers are starting to wrinkle. Ah, the Gnote pen. Noko never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first. Let's see. Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again. She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid. Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark. But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going. Seems reluctant to even say its name. It's become personal to her too, since it's taken so many of her innocent Gnotes as prey. Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be. She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her Gnotes, despite the fact it's against her nature.
Getting brighter every time!
Oh, no. Go look at yourself in a mirror.
Can't! Everyone you looked in cracked.
That was only one time.
I have a shop full of shattered mirrors that says you're wrong.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. You can't do everything you want, can't go everywhere, can't see everything, only what you can. So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the Gnotes die with it. Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out.
Biomutant.
Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights too.
Andro?
Says that's only for a little while, and when your eyes clear, you see everything even better than before.
Pendrines enema.
But let's not speak of that now.
Ferena masalapu.
She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow.
Kuri kumbalamu.
The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you.
Urasa durut.
You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater.
Kanamun.
It's the most magnificent creature she's ever encountered. A creature straight out of a dream or story.
Kanaruta.
There should be more cliffs here. Stories keep moving whether you drive them or not. You found the Majut Meadow. Watch out for the Majut. bring on the night.
Alright, I'm sorry about that. They just... We're going to town on the building. I guess because it's coming into springtime now, and they're just really trying to get everything cleared off. But they were just going to fucking town on the building. I had to pop in before and ask why Lupa Lupin's mom was dressed like had drag queen makeup on. But other than that, like, that was a rare break in the noise until just now.
Flexity flex.
Do, 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 do. Have I gotten any? I have gotten new gear. Is any of it any good, though? Oh, I mean, I have a high enough level for that. And it's not as good as what I'm wearing.
You look great.
Fucking do I? I get so many hats. It's like hats everywhere. I don't know what is as good as what I've got, though. I don't know, maybe they're gonna do maybe they'll have the pest control guys out soon. Once a year they have, pest control come. Are you good, my guy? Oh, there you are. They have pest control come and, like, spray like a barrier.
The shadows are getting shorter by the moment.
They spray like a barrier around the building.
Now that the Majut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned. She says the Majut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down. The Majut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down. She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Majut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time. It's easy to describe. A crossway is where roads meet in a knot and merge. This one is in Sector 7J, if you're familiar with out-of-date map.
Okay. I was saying something, huh? I don't remember what I was saying, but I was saying something.
Let's see.
Okay, I've already beat on that. Yeah, just fucking... Truly, truly do I wish that... I wish that the barrier spray that they put down was worth anything. Because it's not. They pay
Seems like it would be perfect for your
probably a bunch of money, I would imagine. I imagine they pay out the ass to have somebody in come spray. There's 2 buildings in my complex, 3 buildings in the one next door, and I think 3 or 4 in the one next to that, and they're all managed by the same place. So I assume they have them come out all in one day. But they
A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way?
I sometimes question whether they actually yeah. Okay, I guess. I understand. But I sometimes question whether they actually spray
The end is coming
everywhere.
to the world and everything else.
And it's one of those, like, I don't like to question trade workers, but there sure seems to not actually be a functional bug barrier around my building. And it's stuff like, if we get a big leaf blow right before they come, nobody sweeps it off. It doesn't get swept off, so
What fun!
there's leaves in the way, which then the leaves blow away or get blown away by the leaf blowers later. And now fucking where is the...
That's a motored blind box dispenser. These auto markets were quite popular in the long gone for those who had coin left for fun.
But yeah, they
Cranks like these usually need
They
to be
don't do
wound
anything.
to operate the dispenser.
They don't do anything to make sure it stays, if they even
What you
spray.
see is what you get. Once it's out of the blind box, that is.
But I also have seen, like, I sit in my living room, and they're supposed to come and, like, spray the back of the building along our patios and stuff, and I've never seen them do it. I've seen them be here and be working,
You
but I
should
have
flick the
never
switches
actually
in order
seen
to
them.
greenlight the current and activate the electrons in the panel.
Yeah, I've never actually seen them,
Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. New days always start with hope.
never seen them come around my patio. And they're supposed to. It's not like, oh, well, I expect special treatment. No, it's supposed to be a barrier around the whole building. And I don't think they're doing it. I think that they are out here walking around and just maybe spraying the front of the building. But even the front of the building doesn't have... Like, because when you spray barrier protection like that, there'll be, like, dead bugs there all the time. Because it's killing the bugs when they get to it. It's how I've collected some very cool, like, already dead specimens and put them in resin. Because, like, I won't kill an animal just to put it in resin. But if I find an intact dead bug,
more than a flesh wound.
So every year I end up having to go out and purchase, and it could also just be like that they are not using the appropriate they're not using the appropriate product for my location. Because I think the thing is that they don't have
The day is calling.
what they are doing, what they are using does not have any effect on anything with a really hard outside. So, spiders, scorpions, we have little, like, cockroach-adjacent beetles out here, and it doesn't do anything against them. In fact, I often have, several times since living here, come late spring, early summer, there's
Look at those notices
black
on
widows
the
and
wall.
stuff
Too
nesting.
bad the Gnotes couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those Gnotes. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride Gnotes, and that tradition continued through the years. Powered types of transportation polluted the world, but didn't poop in the street. Obviously, they didn't have their priorities right in those days. Watch your
Moot.
step here, and you might find tracks of another traveler.
Mode, But yeah, there'll be just black widows and shit, all in my, all in my patio, because we have, there's a lip between the
Found it!
siding.
Even under all the muck in the Gnote pen. Hard to believe the Gnotes didn't trample it. They seem faster than you, and don't forget that when you ride them, they do all the work to keep you moving. You should keep moving. Can't let those Gnotes blaze the trails for you.
Sure you can. But yeah, there's a lip between the siding and the, like, concrete foundation of the building. And because of that, there's somewhere for them to nest up under. Well, he got like a Chad chin.
With
Why
its
did they like
attention
this?
diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Majut calms down. But Noko is still concerned. She's relieved the Majut has calmed down, but you will need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got. The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world Mechamajut. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo Shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnotes. That's not so far away. It's a seat you fasten on the back of a mount to saften up your ride. It can become quite bumpy and risky without.
It's a saddle. But when there are, black widows nesting under the lip there, well, obviously extremely dangerous for my animals, and me who's allergic to everything. And saying something to the property manager doesn't fix it. She doesn't give a shit. So, every year, I have to take my happy ass to Walmart and buy spider, scorpion, and roach spray. And do my whole apartment the whole edge of my shit by myself. On my dime. And now look, the thing is that they pay this person to come, so there's no way that I can prove that they are
Every day is a new
neglecting
chance to fulfill your
the
destiny.
safety of their people here. I can't prove that because they have the invoice that they paid that person to come here, and they don't have any proof that that person didn't spray. The thing is that if they're either not spraying or using insufficient spray for the safety of the people who live here, because to be fair, ants get in too. And while ants aren't dangerous like spiders are, if my property manager sees one single ant in my apartment, she is very trigger happy with eviction. Because she likes having the power. Obviously, poor people are stupid, otherwise they wouldn't stay poor. And honestly, I let her think I'm stupid. You don't need to show him to me every time I come across him. I can see him. He's big. God damn it. That's fucking rude. Why did this jump here? Now he disappeared and I missed out on a memory. Because it had to spawn an enemy right here.
Who'd leave rubber scrap lying around like that?
I don't know, but also tires that had been like out in the heat like this for a long time, they would be crunchy. But I tried to glide my glider. It just does not always.
Guess shopping here put a smile on your face. Boxes like this are few and far between. However, that's no great.
Oh, that was
As
scary.
the iBox broadcasts, it's hit or miss, but when it does hit, it's usually right in the fields.
Uh-huh. I don't like that noise. I wish that would stop happening.
You can't wait to get out, can you?
If only to get away from that noise.
You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match.
Oh, I see what the problem is here. I'm gonna get zapped again, so I'm just gonna go through it.
Like the hair of one electrified.
No, I'm the one being dumb.
You need to line up the switches so they match.
I had the top backwards the whole time, Jesus Christ.
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Why is my phone ringing so many times today? Truly have I had a struggle today. A lot of spam phone calls, and then one of my friends called at one point, but I don't know what I turned on, but especially considering there was clearly power here. Because that damn TV turned on. I hate. I want that to stop. Can I turn that off?
The mountains are closer to the sun, yet colder. Now hold on, sit tight. Isn't that the Mechamajut over there? You need to loosen the bolts without rattling the Mechamajut. That's it. The sit-tight is loose. Time to stop horsing around and get the sit-tight back to Nocco.
I'm not looking forward to doing any more of those TVs. I think if I stumble on one, I'll do it, but that one I don't think I'll be seeking out to finish. At least not anytime soon.
Now that the Majut's got a mouthful of Bon Gummy and the brand new sit-tight is in place, the Majut is ready to ride. Nocco's been training another fantabulous little critter that'll hopefully become a distraction for the hoof puff when you confront it. She's called them glitter moths, and the best way to find them is to go talk to Mito. She's asked him to keep them somewhere safe. You'll find Mito at Bright Light. He's a light-headed fellow, but hopefully he'll remember where he stored the moths. They're small airborne creatures with bright reflective wings and a conspicuous fluttering flight.
Sir. Where are you going, my friend? You are in a post. Go lay down.
Worth going outside just to see the night sky.
Yes, I feel that way too, narrator. Now shut up.
This place is called Brightlight. Mito lives close by. Let's see. With the world getting darker by the day, there's not much time left to save it. And even though you've just met, he feels you're bound to play a huge part. Figures that doesn't make it any less worth fighting. You found your way through the darkness. You shine like the sun in the sky, but will you use that power to warm the world or burn it?
Hey, fair
Once you
question.
see how much good you can do with power like that, and how easy it is to let it drive you mad. No matter where your path takes you, it's important to remember where you came from. The past bright-lights the present. Wonders if you know how much of an effect you've had upon the world. Your presence changes things like light changes darkness. Did you realize that when choosing where to shine? Says he can see that in the way you brighten everything up. So happy you know you're helping brighten the world. There's plenty of it that's still worth saving. Whatever happens to the world, you shone as bright as you could. That matters more than you know. Says you did the right thing in taking up with the Myriad. They buy lots of his lamps. That's a tribe that believes in the bright things in the world. It's clear you do. Nothing shines as bright as being right. Says he can see by the twinkle in your eyes that you're not here to talk about your allies. He assumes you are here to be enlightened. He can't blame you, as everything just feels dark and hopeless these days. There's something about you, like you're knit together. Your fate's connected. What you've said, he feels too. So, why not call him Me Too? He senses you're like the dayfly, living every day like it's your last, afraid that when night comes, it might be proved right. Believes no one is entirely dark. Even the worst have a spark of good in them. Mito says he's not only into those who shine bright, he likes things that glitter too. He reckons you haven't seen a glitter moth, and says it's about time you did. Even though they're nesting near gone grass, they never run out of glow. Finding yourself a glitter moth would give you that glimmer of hope you need to continue all the way to the end. Glows with delight at your bright passion for the light.
gonna have to go down and around. Oh no, is there a way through? There might be a way through. It looks like not, but we'll find out, won't we? No, okay. Oh no, I almost got stuck in a rock again. So are the
There's so much more to see now.
are glitter moths bioluminescent or light reflective? Right? This is an important question. Because it affects how useful they will be to me. What the heck was that? That was so scary.
You make this look simple.
I don't know. They're back.
There's a lot on the line here. Glittermoth Cave is right here.
Okay, I think they're done. Jesus. They went around to the front door. My apartment's small enough that if you make noise by the actual doors where there's no like wall in the way, the whole apartment can hear it.
When you're in... That's enough glittermoths to make her plan work. She wants you to stop worrying about the paths you've ridden and focus on the inevitable road ahead, the one that leads to confrontation with the World Eater. The hoof puff is evidence of the duality of evolution, utterly beautiful and grotesque at the same time.
That's a mood.
She means that the hoof puff has had more time to eat at the root as it's been isolated in the Knoopstonies mountains. So, based on that alone, she reckons it has suffered as much damage as the northwest root that's hidden beneath the surf. It reminds her of the Gnoats, and like them, it's hoofed. They're just a lot bigger. Be gentle, this mount's a breather.
Hopefully they're actually done now. It's what it is it's the child of my property manager. Since he became an adult, he's been working here. It started just last summer while he was still in school, but he's been doing stuff around the place since then. Man, I don't know if he's actually employed by them or if his mom is essentially just making him do chores here. But he cares a hell of a lot more than the previous guy. Like, we've got, like, another younger dude who's pretty cool, but a little bit... Like, he's a nice guy. But he's a little bit of an airhead.
Pebble says you've made him feel confident now that you've found a safe place for him to go later on down the line. Pebble says he's in your debt now that you've spent so much of your precious time helping him out. He's found many unexplored areas on his expeditions, but many required prying to squeeze in.
Uh-huh.
So, now that you have the right tool, you should be able to pry stronger and better and access places you couldn't get into before. Valuables from the days gone. One time he found a super dingley-doo, but unfortunately it had expired. What a treat it would have been. Thinks it's fantastic you found the Ark. Imagine where you can go with that. The whole world is open to you, and beyond. Of course, now that the world is healing, you don't need to leave. But maybe you still could if you want. Amazed you tried so hard to save the world. Such determination. So, what's your Ark Rider roster looking like?
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
I don't think Pebble's super useful. Sorry, Pebble.
A conscious choice to be alone means you won't miss anyone.
The thing we're really missing here is someone with compassion. You just seem to have passion. Yourself.
The world would be a better place if we were left alone to handle it. Then we'd only have to talk to ourselves, and that's how you get the good answers.
Well, anyone in their right mind would agree you're better off on your own. Let's hope the Ark carries you all the way there.
Look, I don't think it should.
Understands why you wouldn't want him along. Who would? Pebble is always ready to help. Understands you have things to do. Night is the time to take care of business.
I now have a flying mount. It's a flying possum. And he doesn't really fly, he sort of just glides. His little legs. I love him. Alright, what else do I have? What other side quests are there?
Heroes are only heroes for others, but they do the work, or they're heroes to no one. The Lotus Fortress. Hope they like you. Let's see. It's the Lotus Shuriken. Don't forget the past. Learn from it.
Alright, Rafiki. You can either run from it or learn from it.
so dry, so hot.
It's literally raining. Oh, we're leaving. It's goop, it's not water. God damn it.
Wide vistas seem ripe for adventure. Says all their friends have fallen asleep and you're the only one who can wake them up. They were exploring a down below and all got knocked out. Can't get them up. They move a bit when slapped. Maybe a real good smack would do the trick. Says they tried, but they just can't hit like you. Says you need to move fast if you want to help their friends. Just got to get in there and give them each a good smack attack. If you don't, they'll die for sure. Says they knew you were the saving kind.
Love the glow of the...
No. Down! Down!
All the way up!
I'll make you...
Too late!
It's quieter here, away from the sky.
Oop. Welp.
It's like a whole different world down here. You slapped them all awake. Good smacking. Wishes everyone was as smacky as you. Understands you have things to do.
Excuse me.
The mountains tower above any tree.
Alright, I'm gonna call this stream here for today. Drop our save. Cool beans. So for right now, I'm having fun and I hope you're having fun. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next one.